Now, for years and years in business, I've been told that the generalist route is the worst route you can follow, and they always use the same examples of a GP. He's more general, he doesn't make as much money. A specialist like a brain surgeon, and I get all that. I do, I totally understand the concept. And I could agree to it to some degree, but for me it's a bit different. Like the way I think and the things I'm interested in and how easily I get bored. So it's super important to understand yourself and understand that sometimes you simply won't fit in with how other people do things or how they expect you to do things. But for me, the generalist approach is better. And the reason why I say that is because you come from so many different perspectives. You've done the one thing, then you've done that. I mean, I've worked on mines. I have been a dental assistant. I've worked in pie factories in UK. I have done sales and admin in a timber place. Like I've been a personal trainer, I've been a coach, I've been a teacher in Vietnam and in Thailand. So I've done a bunch of different things, but all these things have taught me something, and it's opened my perspective to so many different things. And so when I look at a problem, I actually can look at it from a variety of angles. And the only way you can really solve a lot of problems is if you have a wide perspective. Because if you think about it, if you're a specialist, which is great, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a specialist. The problem for me, and this is how I see it, and this is my perspective about it, is that if something shifts, like in the world, 2020, the world shifted, and a lot of things changed. A lot of people lost their jobs. Why? Because they simply were specialists, and suddenly that specific industry got eradicated. And I think more of this is going to happen in the future. And so the world shifted, and suddenly people had to adapt, and they weren't used to adapting. But if you're constantly trying new things, and you're more of a generalist, and the old saying, jack of all, master of none, then yes, you might not be a master of none, but you would be a master at solving problems and being efficient. Because you've tried so many different things, you've seen what works, what doesn't work. But if you always do the same thing and suddenly things shift a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, then it's really difficult to adapt because you're not used to it. You've got to put yourself in those situations all the time. So if you want to come up with efficient problem solving, then you have to become an efficient generalist, in my opinion. I think it's by far one of the best ways to ultimately solve problems in your personal life, at work, or with your business, because that's what life's all about. It's about solving problems. We're going to face unending problems. That's just a part of life.